Laura, you're one busy girl, and on top of everything, you now have this amazing podcast, Do I Want Kids? How did this come about?
So I'm 31 years old and I am starting to think about if I want to have kids or not. And when I was thinking about and talking to people about it, I couldn't find the answers to the questions that I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
And I felt like as well, when I was open about it, people were like, what do you mean you don't know? We live in a pronatal society where people assume that we will want to have children, but it is a choice and it's a decision that we should feel empowered
100%.
to make. And so when I opened up about it on my social media, I had so many people come back to me and say, I feel exactly the same way and I just feel like I'm alone. And so I decided to create the mini-series on the Kick Pod. And I think the biggest thing that I learned, and I've been able to apply this to every decision in my life now, is you need to go deep in what you want. We so often feel like we have to make decisions because of what everyone else expects of us. And so you have to go deep and, ask yourself, like, what do I really want?
Yeah. Laura, you've achieved so much with health and business. Being the CEO and co-founder of Kick, tell me, what's your relationship these days with beauty?
So I think in my 20s, I used to look at makeup and things as a way to kind of hide who I was, and I didn't feel like I was enough without it.
Yeah.
But now I've kind of worked through that and feel enough kind of as I am without it. But it doesn't mean that I don't love, doing my hair or putting makeup on. And now I look at it as a bit of a ritual for myself, as a form of self-care.
I've always admired your beautiful, flawless, fresh, healthy glow makeup that you do on yourself. Is there anything you haven't nailed yet that we could learn today? Some tips, tricks?
Yes, absolutely. I would love your help with contouring. I feel like I try and something's not it when I do it.
Contouring is always the one people ask for. Let's give it a shot. So a good way to carve out and contour your face is to kind of get almost like a contour stick like this, choosing a colour that is a fair few shades darker than your natural skin tone, and then buffing it like this from the product directly onto the brush and just really dusting it over the areas you want in an upwards motion. But the places that we really want to add a contour or a bit of a bronze is to almost like a 3. So it's like on the halo of the head, under the cheekbones, and then across the jawline like that. So that's a good way to remember. Your name is often connected to your best friend, business partner, Steph Claire Smith. How much is your hair, makeup, skincare routine similar or different?
We've been friends for over 10 years now. We actually had very different sense of style and routines and things like that. And it has actually been interesting looking back at how much we've kind of morphed. We definitely still have our own unique styles, but we do definitely share a lot of beauty tips.
A lot of what you do is always linked back to your Kick community, and we can't forget about them. What do you want them to know when it comes to business, beauty, or just life?
It is so important for them to know that they are enough as they are. A lot of what we do with Kick is kind of going against toxic diet culture. And we live in a world that tells us, especially as women, that we are not enough as we are. And a lot of businesses profit off that. There are so many things around us that make us feel really small, and it is so important to come back into yourself and always remind yourself that, I am enough as I am right now in this moment.